What up, guys? We're here with Aron El Asesino Martinez, who just came off of a big win against former two-time world champion Devin Alexander. Aron, talk to us about what your feelings were that night.
It was a good fight. I felt good. It was a good fight. It was exciting. On fighting on national TV, and looking forward for bigger things.
Before that fight, you fought Robert Guerrero, which led to a very close loss. And you pretty much knocked him out on his feet in the third round. How did you feel about that loss?
Well, it didn't sit too well with me, but it's boxing's a business, and the bigger names get the decisions, and but as long as the fans like to fight and everyone told me I won that fight, so that's satisfying me. It was like a good exposure fight for me, and that I could hang with the big boys.
It was something that was a really close loss. Would you like to have a rematch with him?
Well, whoever they threw in front of me, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind. You also got to understand, I was out for 14 months. I was a little rusty, but no excuses. And I still won the fight. But this time around, they give me a rematch. I'll fight anybody, and whoever they put in the ring with me, I'll fight them.
For being a little rusty, you did pretty good. You put some pressure on him.
Yeah, of course. That's my style. I like putting pressure. That's how I fight. I like the old school fighting. Like, I'm an old school fighter, Mexican brawler, and that's what I bring to the table. In this case, to the ring.
Growing up when you were fighting, who was your inspiration?
Oh, Chavez Sr., of course. He was the Mexican idol. He was our, we all used to go to people's house to watch a fight. We would get together, and that's what kind of inspired me to fight. And, because nobody in my family fights. I guess I'm first generation of boxing, I guess, in my family. Nobody else. So, it feels good,
Now that Thompson is associated with PBC, how do you think that has helped your boxing career so far?
Well, it's helped me out, man. It's thanks to them, I'm out there. People know me more now. They know who I am, and yeah, of course, PBC. It's a great thing for boxing. Like a lot of people don't like it, but it's just a business, man, and it's like a fighter like me is taking full advantage of this, and it's great. It's great for boxing because now all the promoters are actually signing more fighters that before they didn't have a chance, and now like every promoter's fighting for fighters, and it's better for boxing,
Now you're going to be fighting undefeated prospect Sammy Vasquez on the undercard of Guerrero, which is PBC's first big fight of the year. How do you feel to be a part of that card?
It feels good. It feels good to be like in the main stage. It's at Staples Center, LA. What else could I ask for? It's on Fox. And it's like a dream come true to me. I grew up right here. This where like I live my whole life, and fighting the Staples Center. I guess that's every kid's dream.
You're always coming in as the underdog in each of your fights. So how does that drive you to prepare yourself during each fight?
Oh, of course, it just means I got to work a lot harder than, being the favorite, you know what I'm saying? And I always been the underdog. If you look at my record, I never took an easy fight. I always, whoever they throw in front of me, I fought, and thanks to that, it helps me work harder. Like I never go into a fight knowing I'm gonna win. Nobody does, but sometimes you're the favorite and you kind of expect that. But in my case, you could look at my record. Like I said, I always fought good fighters, and I train hard, and everybody that knows me knows how hard I train, and I dedicate this 100% because I always say you can't cheat boxing. You can't cheat it. You gotta. It's either you're 100% it or you're not.
Do you stay consistently ready throughout the year when you're not fighting?
Yeah, of course. I'm always at the gym. I'm always at the gym. Even when I don't have a fight, I'm training, I'm running. Because the older you get, the heavier you get. And you got to keep your weight down. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's true what they say. Once you get older, you realize, you understand, you understand more like what life's about, and you can't get fat, get big, and then just expect to come back and fight. You know, it's everyday life. It's just running, training, all day. You know, and it's hard because I have a family, and you kind of like keep them aside for a while, even though you don't want to. But it's just part of it. It's a job. You know, it's a job that it's boxing, and it's pretty much that's my life. Every day, just boxing.
So for your fight in preparations for Sammy, is there anything different that you're doing?
Oh, just it's always the same thing. Just a lot more work though. I just eat healthy, and just my sparring. I think I have like the best sparring, and I think that's the number one key thing. My sparring partners, they're great, and it's just hard sparring. I mean, I don't know what else to say because I always train hard for all my fights.
What would a win mean to you and your boxing career?
Oh, it will define my career. Bigger fights, of course. Bigger fights. Who knows? Maybe like a title shot. Who knows? Like nowadays, everybody's fighting for titles, and who knows? Maybe they offer me a title shot after this fight. But first things first is Sammy Vasquez on the 23rd, and we'll talk about after the fight. We'll talk about that after the fight. Yeah.
What would you like to say to your fans that will be watching you on the 23rd?
Just come check out my fight January 23rd at the Staples Center. It's gonna be a great fight. Like I keep saying, this fight's gonna steal the show, and hopefully everybody can make it. And if you can't make it, you can watch it on Fox, and just come support a good night of boxing at the Staples Center.
Thank you so much, Aron.
Thank you.